F-Zero is a game series that needs to come back. The fast, frenetic, skill-based gameplay and competitive spirit that these games embody is something special for those who decide to invest their spare time into mastering the many courses each game in the series has to offer. It was a game series that gripped you with its simple mechanics but would make you spin out with its many intricacies once you were really put to the test. So the series launched in 1990 with the original F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. F-Zero was the first game to use the Super Nintendo's Mode 7 technology, and it created the illusion of 3D graphics and adding to the theme of it being a futuristic racing game. F-Zero X was released in 1998 on the Nintendo 64, and it ran at 60 frames per second, which was a rare feat in game development at the time. The game had more of an emphasis on attacking other players using skill and timing, and I've personally spent many hours running the loop-de-loop and death race trying to run everyone off the road like I was driving on the 400 series highways in Ontario. The series then jumped to the Game Boy Advance in 2001 with F-Zero Maximum Velocity, which was my very first Game Boy Advance game. Although not the best in the series, I had fun with it and enjoyed its steep learning curve with the controls. We would then see two more releases on the Game Boy Advance in the form of F-Zero GP Legends, which was based on the F-Zero anime, and F-Zero Climax in 2004, which only released in Japan, but has recently been added to the Nintendo Switch Online. These games brought back the emphasis on attacking other racers and made it more intense, while also being a callback to the original series. The best game in the series, in my opinion, was 2003's F-Zero GX on the GameCube, which was developed by Sega. What? Since 2004, there has not been a major F-Zero release besides F-Zero 99, which was fun, but not the game that was going to bring the series back into the cultural zeitgeist. I had fun with it, but I was going to do a review, but that's my review, so yeah, that was it. And so as it stands now, F-Zero is just another franchise that's doomed to be just like a track theme in Mario Kart, or a Smash Brothers character, or a theme pack in future Nintendo games. It's literally sunk to the bottom of the ocean along with other Nintendo properties that don't ship millions of units. And despite Nintendo of Europe's effort in the past to bring another game into the series, it doesn't seem like this series will return unless they have some new innovative idea. Because that's just how Nintendo rolls, you know? Nintendo wants there to be a good idea in order to bring back the series. In my opinion, the series peaked with F-Zero GX. It had a lot of content, it had a lot of customizability. It had lots of sweet tracks, an incredible soundtrack. I feel like a good remaster of F-Zero GX with the level of quality and attention to detail as Metroid Prime Remaster would be a great idea to bring the series back to modern people. Heck, give it the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe treatment. Bring back old tracks from past games and create some interesting modes like Death Race that would be fun to engage with now. I have been playing F-Zero GP Legends and Climax on the Switch, and I forgot how fun these games were. Though very retro, I loved how the controls would turn your controller into some kind of like clicky fidget toy. You can't just be all gas and no brake. You have to like brake and tap and slide and use the shoulder buttons to slide in different ways to navigate these tracks and hit the jumps and land your car properly. Stuff like that. So you're rewarded for being really good with a track. The games really reward you for spending time and practicing and learning each course. The sense of speed, difficulty, and challenge are qualities of great games, and I really hope they bring this series back in a big way. And it's really sad that there's going to be a generation of kids that only know Captain Falcon as the character in Smash Brothers, not as like the F-Zero character, which is kind of lame. Falcon Punch! You know, let's ground ourselves in reality right now, okay? If you made it this far in the video, I would love it if you subscribe to me. You don't have to, but here's like the sad reality. I'm going to tell you right now after you click subscribe. So one of the main reasons that Nintendo won't release a new F-Zero game is because they don't want the series to compete with Mario Kart, which is their most popular racing game. They believe that a new F-Zero game would be too costly and could potentially divide the market. I feel like there could be two audiences though. Like, one will appreciate the fast and challenging gameplay of an F-Zero game, and the other audience would enjoy the party aspects of Mario Kart and its accessibility and, you know, stuff like that. But I can understand their thinking thinking from like a business perspective, it's probably better to leave all their designers focused on Mario Kart and not invest in like a series that won't sell millions of units. But it's just really sad that that's what it's come to, you know? Additionally, Nintendo's design philosophy plays a role. Shigeru Miyamoto has mentioned that he only wants to create new games if there's something new to add. Since F-Zero hasn't seen major changes to its core gameplay, they haven't felt the need to develop the new one. There's also issues of sales and market demand. Unfortunately, F-Zero hasn't been one of Nintendo's top selling franchises, so it makes sense that they wouldn't put any money into it, you know what I mean? But what do you think about F-Zero? Should there be a new game? Would it be successful if it's released today? Leave your comments down below, and thanks for listening all this way. I really appreciate that.